Hey,
What's
good
up,
evening,
everybody?
everybody.
How is
Welcome to
everyone doing
the
today?
Sunday night recap.
Yeah, the Sunday night recap. You have started getting really good at it. You haven't messed it up in a long time, and I'm proud of you. I'm
Thank
proud
you,
of you,
thank
Preston.
you, thank you.
Yes,
Chat.
today we're gonna be doing some more RMUC, the usual recap stuff we do as we go into the month of June, as we finish out the month of June actually, and approach competition in a week. 1 week, Preston. You and I will be in San Diego a week from today.
Yes, yeah, we sure will. So a couple
Hmm.
things on that. Number one, make sure that you have. I mean, I'm sure everyone that's here is already subscribed and followed to the Robomaster North America channel, but just in case you haven't, or maybe you have notifications turned off or whatever, go over there, turn on your notifications. Also, turn on your notifications here. Both this channel and RoboMaster North America will be doing crazy amount of content. Me and Shaur as much as we can for the whole week of RMNA. So make sure y'all are staying tuned for that. Next weekend, Shaur and I will talk, and we'll figure out if we're still streaming Sunday. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see if we're streaming Sunday. We
We might
might
do some
not,
behind the
chat,
scenes
but
stuff or something.
yeah. The only reason we wouldn't is if we're like we have to get a lot more setup and planning done. But don't worry, because next week, as Preston mentioned, we are streaming every day during competition, so you'll still get plenty of rep content. You just might not get on the expected days.
Yeah, it probably won't be the recap. It'll be the
All it won't be the recap. It'll be a
actual
new
haps.
show, a
Yeah.
new show. I don't know. Do you want to talk about the show's name yet, or do you want to like save it till we get there?
Char, I do want to talk about tonight's show.
Mm-hmm.
I did it.
What'd
Tonight,
you
we're
do?
going to watch one match that has nothing to do with RMUC finals, kind of. And then
Exciting.
all the other matches that we'll watch from the Eastern region are teams that are competing to try and make it to the international finals or,
Oh,
win their
awesome.
region. So, um, the first match we're going to watch tonight is going to be TDT versus
Mm-hmm.
Hero, I believe. This is a knockout match, so the loser of this round does not even get the opportunity to go into the international finals. Um,
Dang.
which
Sucks.
helped me realize how competitive. Like, there's 93 matches in the Eastern
Mm-hmm.
region, and only like the
Yeah.
top 12 matches have anything to do with the internationals. I mean, it's tough out there. There's hundreds of
Yeah.
teams in the Chinese region. So
Oh yeah, there are tons of teams, and they're all incredibly strong competitive teams. It's not like you're not going to see your day one teams that don't have moving robots and they're going to be like shifting back and forth. These are teams who've already passed the RMUL stuff. They've done a lot already. They're at the height of their power essentially, and only getting better.
yeah. So Char's gonna pull up Google Lens to tell us a little bit about the
Yes,
teams, and I will
I
do what I
do
do
have
every
Google
time we
Lens.
watch a TDT game and talk about how this is the team I watched win the World Finals in person in 2019 with their crazy drone, keep it on the down low until finals, then pull it out and win the whole thing at once style. That
See,
was like
Preston,
6 years
makes me
ago.
so sad because I've never gotten to go to China, and to this day, I think about it and I go, "Oh, I want to go so bad. I want to see it for in person for real."
Char,
We gotta go. We gotta go,
next
man.
year, let's set a
Next
follower
year,
goal. Let's set a follower goal
let's set a follower goal
or
for it. Yeah,
something. Um, we'll work on it. I still
we'll
have
work
one
on it.
entry left on my multi-entry visa, so it should be
Hmm.
easy for me to get to go back and watch at least one more time.
Awesome.
I've chatted with RMOC each year, and I think we'll chat with them again this year. No promises,
We'll
chat.
chat
No
with them.
promises,
Yeah.
Char. But
Yeah.
we'll work on it. I wonder if they'd be chill with us going up there and co-streaming on like the rep
Hmm.
channel,
Hmm.
um, because
As
it's
like
a little bit
independent
less
contractors.
official.
Yeah.
They would be less worried about the quality and things.
Uh huh.
Um, Cool, cool, cool.
Cool.
But tonight, Eastern Region, TDT versus Hero. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I've got my
Excuse me,
Google
it's
Lens ready to
TDT
go.
versus Superpower.
All
That's
right.
TDT in the blue,
In the left
Superpower in the
corner.
red.
Yes, in the left corner we got Tonji University Superpower, as Preston already mentioned, and then TDT on the right, which will catch the university when they bring up the full card. I'm sure we're going to see some crazy stats from TDT. Given that you just told me that they're a world champion, I'm sure it's going to be like top four, top one, top four, so on and so forth in their little stats, little preview.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about it all week with the University of Washington, but the thing about college teams is this TDT team, other than the legacy and the existing bots, should be completely different people.
Yeah, Although the 2023 Central Division top 32 team over here, Super Power, is not nothing to scoff at either. They were Eastern Division top 16 last year as well, so they're a pretty strong team in their own right. Making it to those top teams is really difficult in the China region. As we were mentioning, there's hundreds of teams that are all going to attack you, all trying their best as well. But TT, look at this. Look, as I said, the stat lineup. National, they were second place in 2023 and third place in 2024. So top three in the entire region, not the region, the entirety of China, the entire Chinese international RMUC. That's quite an amazing feat.
Yeah, I mean it's World Finals, right? That's an open
Yeah.
invitation. All of our
Anyone
RMNA
can
teams
go.
are always invited to try and compete in RMUC as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple teams went last year. So
Yep.
these blue bots have stayed. Look at that balancing bot, Shaur. It's like the freaking bots from Attack of the Clones. You see it, number 4?
That's a droideka, dude. That's horrifying.
Yeah,
They're literally gonna destroy you. They're gonna like. I expect them to like come out and like start attacking you like that. What's crazier to me is we're not even focusing on. We're focusing on the standard 3 here, which has what is that first in eliminations? Oh, first in average number of terrain crossings. So 3 jumps per round it can make essentially. That's quite a feat to make that ramp 3 times in a row. Colonel John's absolutely correct. Those
look at
wheels
these
are something
stats
else.
for the engineer, though.
Holy, this looks like the RoboWalker engineer we were talking about last Central Regional. 1,505, 65 gold is crazy. 5.4 ores every game. Able to redeem at the 3.0 difficulty every time, and taking only 7 seconds to do so. Top 4 engineer there. That's crazy statistics for the superpower engineer. And look at how it is. Like, look at how smooth it is coming up and down with that elevator system.
Yeah, double chain drive. I mean, one of those might be idle, I guess. You could keep one idle on one side, but I assume they're both driven because they're chains. Idle chain doesn't really do much for you.
Yeah, I would assume they're both driven, and also the fact that it can reduce its height makes me think it's definitely going under the bridge to get onto the central point as fast as possible and start for the gold cubes first. I would be shocked if we don't see that engineer do that. The sentry in the front. This is an observation I made, Preston. This might not be correct, but this sentry in the front, I do believe that's going to be a very active sentry in this game. Just like from a prediction standpoint, putting it in the front kind of implies that's going to be rolling out first with the rest of your team. So I assume it'll make it to the center. And that hero is also really low profile. I wonder how they're going to be able to make those snipe shots. You know, your angle of incidence is a completely different style. You're not looking really straight at the armor panels when you're sitting in those sniping shots. You're more so trying to like arc it over. I wonder if that changes how they're aiming or what they're doing to do, like how they're going to fix the aiming there. But I'd be curious to see going into this match with the referee system initializing. Lots of interesting robot design. I wonder what we'll see is the breakout difference here. I mean, in the southern region, we saw a lot of darts landing. In the central region, it was all about econ. What will be the hallmark of the eastern region? We will find out in 3, 2, 1. Bring on the bots.
We go Superpower in the red, TDT in the blue. Superpower, we got a little glimpse at the beginning of the stats for their engineer, one of the best engineers in the region.
Yep. Proving me wrong and going for
Look
the
at the
silver
sentry.
instead.
Look at the sentry for TDT already on the other side of the map.
TDT's blue sentry, however, is doing exactly what I thought the red sentry would do here. Attacking immediately, attacking the hero as well. Completely target.
Oh my
Look at the
goodness.
target prioritization.
It ignored everyone else. Wow. That's really incredible from TDT. I mean, that's awesome. And now blue standard
That's
4
huge.
with those giant wheels rolls on over, gets a kill early. This is looking very, very promising for TDT. Both outposts falling a little below half health.
These outposts are still really close. However, if you look at the hero differential now, the TDT hero was able to live and survive and take a couple shots at the outpost, being it got a little bit more experience. That could be the difference maker in a game like this.
Yeah, but the drone for Superpower picked up some of the slack. It took down the outpost. It got a kill on the blue standard 3 that's going to give some assist gold over to its teammates. Some assist
It also
XP,
took out the outpost. Yep. The game kind of comes to a little bit of a slower move.
That top tier
Superpower is launching a dart.
Sorry, Shaur. That top tier Superpower engineer really coming into light here. Double the econ for Superpower already. TDT 450 gold, 0 available to spend. Superpower over 900 gold, still with 300 in the bank. Game's kind of slowed. Look at the engineer for TDT trying to make it back. A dart
A
lands
dart
for TDT.
lands. Another one?
And a second, they do.
Wow.
5 minutes left in the game. That's so
Three?
long with three darts in a row.
Darts land. This looks like a much less winnable game for Superpower.
Oh, the
At
fourth
first, it
counts
was really
one.
quite even, but 3 dart shots out of 4 is nothing to scoff at. That's an incredible amount of econ, or an incredible amount of econ used and spent wisely. However, look at the differential here, Preston. 1,025 econ to 630. Superpower's Engineer really showing it is the best in the business at the moment. Top 4 for a reason. You could make this up pretty easily with enough hero shots.
The drone
I don't
again melting the sentry for TDT. The drone being really, really powerful for Superpower. Like you've called out, the engineer playing a huge role. TDT, are they able to get out of that?
What is this balancing doing? What did it? What is it? Is it stuck in the little gap there? Oh, TDT's balance standard 4 also just collapses over after getting knocked out, face first into the ground, eating cement.
We've talked about this before, but gold really is the comeback mechanic in RMUC.
Absolutely.
TDT, an extremely strong first minute and a half, but now with their standards dying, I believe Blue Standard 3 is going to continue to be penalized to death in that zone. You're not allowed to be in that area.
Yep, I agree with you, Preston. I don't think that... Oh, maybe he'll make it out, though. It seems like he's almost out. He is out now. He's still going to take another defeat to Red Standard 4, but that Blue Standard 3 can get back into the game now, at least. However, will it even matter? As look at the accuracy on this hero, Preston.
Oh my gosh.
The base is
below 2,000. The plates are open. That happened in the blink of an eye.
And we're still firing. We're still not out of shots. Two more hero projectiles available.
TDT doesn't even have the gold to defend right now. They have 1 standard up, 0 standards up. There's nothing they can do. All they have is a hero. Meanwhile, look at the supplies coming in from the sky on both sides of the map. Oh my gosh, a third airdrop. The loadout drops are coming in for Superpower. Their base takes a couple shots from the hero of TDT, but with less than 1,000 HP remaining, TDT now trailing heavily.
And TDT's hero just got taken out by both red standards on the other side of the field. They're harassing the blue team entirely.
Yeah, blue level 10 standards coming across for Superpower, showing this will be the end. Wow.
Look at the blue sentry, by the way. We didn't even catch this, I don't think. But blue sentry was stuck in that little bridge area. When we see the highlights, I'll be able to point it out better. But yeah, TDT's robots all just collapsing at the worst possible time. Blue Standard 3 getting stuck into that ramp, the sentry falling over. The dart shots were amazing, but you couldn't capitalize on it at all because your hero was undefended and the red standards just came in and knocked it out each time.
Shaur, I want to repeat to anyone that's watching, maybe you're watching this later, maybe you hear this right now. If you're here, thanks for hanging out. This isn't even like a semis or a finals match. This is not even quarterfinals match. This is still knockouts.
This is knockouts.
These are really impressive teams. Really, really impressive. 14 hero projectiles landed from that sniper position. 18 kills. Superpower. 10,000 damage. That might be the first 5 damage we've seen so far in
an incredible amount of damage. Look at how many projectiles as well shot. I mean, that's the econ differential, right? 2175 to 757. You just couldn't shoot nearly as many projectiles on the TDT side. Yeah, sure, they bought some darts, but once the darts were bought and used, what do they have? They have no more money. They've got 0 things to use at that point. And I think that really
is tough.
That's a really low econ number. I haven't seen that low of a number yet in the Chinese RMUC.
The highlight from that early section when it was really, really close. TDT was actually in a slight lead. I loved the sentry from TDT. The target selection was crucial.
Oh, yeah. But it ends up getting stuck, I think, in the center at some point. Okay, here we see it going underneath the bridge. I think it goes off here maybe and gets stuck. No, this is where it takes out the hero, right? It ignores the sentry.
Past that, yeah.
Oh, there it is. We saw it for a split second, but it's in the back left corner over there.
What? Shaur, I feel like there was so much happening in that round. We're not going to rewatch it tonight. We got too much prep for RMNA. But
definitely we missed something with that red sentry. I'm seeing that we definitely missed something clearly.
6 kills?
Yeah, I guess it must have been helping a lot with the support fire to the standards. That would be my assumption.
We'll have to keep a closer eye on this menace.
Yeah. Superpower Sentry maybe not to be trifled with. We were completing the TDT Sentry. Maybe Superpower has their own little secret superpower, if you will.
Oh, look at the 360 cameras. It has 3 different cameras so that it can look without panning. It doesn't need to sit there and spin.
I love that. I love having more than one camera. It makes it really nice so you don't have to spin
Is it
around.
Virginia Tech? Is it Virginia Tech in
Virginia
RMNA
Tech
that's doing
has the
that?
same thing. Has the large like, except for them, they have like a little antenna almost that has like 3 cameras on it that like it can look, or all four cameras, all directions are covered by it.
Shaur, can you talk to us a little bit about just the impressive nature of the software there? I mean, obviously from
Yeah,
my
yeah, of
perspective,
course.
wow, the Sentry like identified the hero, but can you talk me a little bit through the
Yes,
software and
let
then
me talk
also
through some
like
of the like computer vision
how?
aspects there. So a
Yeah.
lot of teams in RMNA will do ML machine learning, like CV algorithms, and they'll mostly just do it off of like color thresholding and like shape thresholding, right? Like, oh, this is a robot and this is the red robot because it has red colors on the armor plates. Uh, to be able to recognize which robot you're looking at or to search for a specific robot, you have to look for the armor plate number as well. So that adds a little bit more complexity to your algorithm. More complexity means it takes longer for the algorithm in order like to actually resolve. And that's just for aiming. Now, moving towards that target, getting in a good position, and then firing at it as well. The controls that goes into that are absolutely crazy to me. I'm just like I'm shocked at the ability to target prioritize. I wonder how they're choosing that too. Like I wonder if like they're sending a signal or something via the ref system in order to do so, which I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. So I'm even more shocked. You would have to have this logic essentially baked into the code ahead of time. You're not allowed to communicate with the sentry at all anymore,
Yeah.
right? And
I mean,
so to
so a
bake
little
that
bit
in
of
is
it, right? When you
crazy.
know that they're going to go for your outpost, perhaps they do have it,
Yeah.
like you're saying, kind of hard coded in to go and look for that outpost position first.
Hmm.
And
I would
you
not
know,
be
I
shocked if
have
yeah, they have
some
like a
experience
sleep
with
mode
machine
at the
learning.
beginning.
I've written some algorithms and things and trained some models. I took a couple
Yeah.
courses in grad school, but I am absolutely have zero answers for how you tell it to look for the hero at the beginning of the game and then
Yeah, and
have
then
it
swap.
transition to fire at other robots at any other time.
I will say actually there is a way to do this with the ref system. One thing in the ref system is it tells you the state of all the robots if they're alive or dead.
Oh
And
my
so what you could
goodness.
do is what they're probably doing is they're checking is hero alive, search for it in the sniper zones. If it's not there, don't worry about it, find it later. If it is there, take it out and then move on to like regular like controls code. All right, that would be how I would implement this if I was in
Dang.
charge. You could definitely do this with the ref system, but that's pretty advanced. Like to specifically be getting the game state of all the robots and trying to find out if the hero is alive on the other side is quite the attention to detail. I'm pretty sure also wait, also I'm pretty sure I'll have to look at this again, but I'm pretty sure actually the system only tells you can be alive versus not alive, and you have to still confirm it by getting close because the position modules also play a role in there. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff in there that's really cool.
That's wild. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's an absolutely genius way of running the controls code there, and I think that's like honestly that's probably the most impressive part of that Sentry for sure. TT Sentry being able to do that is very very insane.
You know,
It makes me want to see that in like RMNA. I want to see sentries that go over onto the ramp, drop off, look for like a hero, like look for a robot on the center buff point, take it out, move back. Right, like that's such a cool like cycling thing. Like, oh, that's
yeah.
beautiful.
So hear me out. What if a
Hmm.
team what if a team in RMNA said in the first 30 seconds engage against the sentry? Right? Because at the beginning of the
Oh,
game, you don't need to be worried about a level 1 hero or a level 1 standard. They can't kill the
true,
sentry. They
true.
they just
Yeah,
can't.
you don't have the statistics to do so. Yeah.
Yeah. But so what if in RMNA you said if time less than 30 seconds, and just had a timer that starts when you initialize at the end of the ref system initialization.
Hmm.
It hunted for the sentry with whatever kind of cool code you were talking about there from TDT, and then after those 30 seconds, then it starts to play on the central buff. I wonder, in RMNA, can the sentries get information about who currently occupies the central buff zone?
I don't think you can. I think yeah, you can get who is currently in the buff zone. Either the opponent controls it or you control it. I know that's
Yeah.
for sure because I helped write a little bit of that code recently
Oh heck
on
yeah.
my own time. But yeah, so that's definitely doable. But as the bots are brought on, I'll continue with this conversation. We can watch this engineer and these sentries get to work. You can know which team. You don't know which robot though, but you could definitely be like searching like is it the sentry specifically on there with your own ML model, knowing
Yeah.
there's a robot on it.
So it will be something to watch out for this year, to look for teams that have like a state-based program for their century that has like an
Absolutely.
offensive mode and a defensive mode, because it knows who's winning. But right
Yep.
now, red team playing fairly offensive as red standard 4 pushes in, red standard 3 pushes in. They're able to get
Look
a
at
kill
the
on a blue standard
outpost
3.
health. It's gone. The drone did that entirely by itself for superpower. I wish we had a cockpit view of that. Wow, the accuracy was crazy. It's going on to take out blue
But
standard
the
4
hero's
as
already
well.
lining it up. Half of TDT is dead.
Blue standard 3 is going to go down next. Oh, barely gets out. The blue sentry not nearly as aggressive this beginning time, and honestly, I don't blame him. The red
Blue
sentry hasn't even gotten
defending
away from
really
its
well
wings.
though, as the hero for superpower locks onto the base, starts shelling. 7 projectiles left. That's possible 2100 damage.
Yeah. And this hero is definitely quite accurate, at least like 40% accuracy,
Oh my
which is pretty
gosh.
solid. It's hitting it. It's not hitting it for all the 300 necessarily, but it is hitting it for the 200. We'll see some darts opening now. The econ is a lot closer though this time.
Yes, I was about to say round 1, TDT's engineer must have been having a problem. They're already past their entire game econ from round 1 here in round 2. The outpost falls for superpower. The game falling to a more typical state, but still a 2000 HP lead for superpower.
Yeah. 2000 HP lead. Standards are significantly higher leveled on the superpower side as well, comparative to TDT side. I don't like TDT's odds in this match.
Oh my goodness, there's the sentry that wins MVP. My
Holy.
gosh.
From the low ground, able to take out blue standard 4 as if it was nothing. Like just sniping through it like it's butter.
Superpower making an odd call here. They brought their hero onto the center island. It's going to make it vulnerable to attacks from the aerial. Excuse me.
Yeah, interesting play from Superpower, but they are lining away just enough to I think, be out of the position. The blue engineer, though, trying to get in the way instead.
They had an option here to just keep sniping, though. They had 20 projectiles, darts flying across
the
TDT.
Oh, it's a 1 miss, but I'm sure they'll get the next 3.
There's
is. 1. 2 more available. And this is the second one. That right there, I think, cost TDT the game.
Well, the hero for Superpower is down after doing a chunk more damage, but...
Never mind, but here comes the TDT hero. As I was speaking, does it have the accuracy? We're at 1/4 shots hit, 1/5 shots hit, 1/6 shots hit.
There we go.
Okay, 2 7s. Okay, now we're making some progress. We're ahead now on the TDT side. TDT's hero ahead does get taken out by the drone.
This drone is an absolute menace for the side of Superpower. Look at the dead blue bots riddled across the field as the sentry goes down. The entire team is out. The only robot that's up is the drone, and that doesn't count. That's an ace.
I can hear the ace. I can hear the ace in my head, Preston, as all of TDT's robots are down. Blue Center 4, Blue Center 3 doing a really remarkable cleanup job, keeping everything out of the way. Even the engineer gone. They're starting to hit a bigger differential in terms of the econ levels here. The hero's going to come in with a couple of projectiles now, seeing if it's going to make those shots. And it is making those shots, taking back the lead pretty definitively at this point. 300 extra HP. Oh, the robots are just barely spawning in. The hero's not going to have time at this rate to take out the other one. Oh, but it runs out of ammo, Preston. Another shot for TDT to stay alive.
Yeah, but Superpower now has the option of using these level 10 standards to help chew down the base. This is a best of 3.
And they were going to have to.
TDT needs a miracle.
Well, they might have a miracle, Preston, because look at the red hero on Superpower's side. It is upside down.
Oh my goodness. Who's dart
and we see
up?
immediate. That's Superpower's dart opening up on the blue base. Maybe they'll make this shot. That would be huge. They make one dark shot.
They have 2 standards. Empty. Their standards have no projectiles. They have no gold.
Yep. They have no gold. The red engineer is currently trying to deposit some more econ for them, but hasn't quite gotten there yet. Rough situation to be in for Superpower.
At each minute.
The engineer
so
also did
18 seconds. There should be some gold deposited. Red standard 3 is going to get a deposit of projectiles made.
But then also get yellow carded, so it loses all its health and immediately gets knocked out.
Yeah, it's stuck on that bridge as now TDT shelling from this position hilariously has a body blocker of a dead robot from Superpower.
This is an unfortunate place to be in if you're TDT. You still have the lead, but with a minute and 50 on the clock, I'm not confident that you win this out the gate. You have locked that hero in, though. The blue hero is struggling to get out to go buy more projectiles. You bought yourself some time, at least. Here it's coming, slowly out of the way.
Plenty of gold on both sides. Now, if you're superpower, I feel like you could rush. Red standard 3 still down. Red standard 4 also on the opposite side of the map. Needs to go
Just
back
came
to base.
back up. Yep.
Base is open
Blue
though.
standard
TDT's
4
pushing.
now.
They're taking a lot of
Losing
damage.
their
Trying to
projectiles,
spin.
taking a ton of damage, but they are doing good damage back to the base, and no one is there to defend it currently.
They need more than this though. They need hero shots. There we go. The hero
And there
from
it
TDT
is.
chewing through the base.
Look at those hero shots.
139.
One more shot will
the
do
buff
it.
coming across, and TDT takes round 2.
Wow, unfortunate for the red team. That hero collapsing was definitely the difference maker, in my opinion, Preston.
That was a really close game.
Superpower had the econ lead. Their standards were doing great going into the blue section and taking out the hero there. If that hero didn't collapse, Preston, I think this would have been a very different game.
Yeah, sure. I don't see a strategic reason that the superpower hero should have been up on the island in the first place. They had such good accuracy from that sniper position. I feel that they could have just won the game so quickly. They had 20 projectiles when the base only had 2,000 HP left. I mean, still, even with the TDT win, 16 to 8 kills in favor of superpower, more projectiles fired in favor of superpower, more damage dealt in favor of superpower. Just 1,000 life in between TDT and superpower here, making the difference.
Yeah, dang. I will say TDT made more econ this time, 200 extra. So their engineer was like definitely not working as well in the first round.
Oh my goodness. These darts for TDT, they need these darts to land.
Yes, they do, Preston. Yes, they do. Oh, look at that engagement there. Here's the hero shelling out as the red hero falls over. And that costs the game. I can dig the blue standard 4 being the MVP. Look at the KDA, a little bit interested in KDA. 990 damage, not a lot, but I guess it did end up at the other side whenever the base went down. So
yeah,
you know what?
It did do quite a bit of base damage, but like
it did get to the base at some point. So I would assume that's the reason.
It didn't even have enough projectiles to win the game there at the end, though. Like without those hero shots, there wasn't a chance. It's a cool robot. It's a super cool robot.
It is a very cool designed robot.
It's
man, Preston.
Kind of reminiscent of those like hubless wheel bicycles.
All right, Preston, I have a question for you. If you're superpower, do you change your strategy at all? Besides not putting the hero on the center.
Okay,
is that the only change you make? Is that the only change you make? Because I feel like you were pretty definitively winning otherwise.
Yeah, I think you have to rush.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only change I make, I leave the hero in the back, and then I think at some point in the game, maybe you just send both your as soon as that base falls below 2K, you send both of your standards over to just unleash as much projectiles as they can, as many projectiles as they can. I mean, hero projectiles are still more gold efficient than standard projectiles are versus the base. But I think the only chance TDT has for round 3 is to use darts, and they need time. They need time to be able to get enough gold to use darts and get enough projectiles across. I think superpower can win earlier than TDT can. TDT needs to scale.
I would agree. You gotta take the fact that you're scaling faster and win it faster. I absolutely agree. That is the best way of putting it, Preston. So yeah, I think TDT though, if they want to win, what do you do? How do you stop them from? Because TDT definitely won a little bit by luck, in my opinion, on that last one. If that hero was not upside down, I think you shouldn't rely on your opponent making a bad play twice in a row. Maybe they will. Maybe
TDT did do a good job of capitalizing when their opponent misstepped, right? And that's to be praised. But I agree with you. I think if you're TDT, I think you need to be a bit more careful in the early game. You can't give it over as many kills.
Yeah.
The number of kills that Superpower is getting is just ridiculously high.
It's so many.
I think now looking back with hindsight, TDT's stats that their standards had, how many times they crossed the bridge, they have drivers that really like to go on the other side of the map.
Yep.
And that's great when you're the dominant team. That's great when you're ahead, but you need to understand game states. You need to understand tempo. And when you're not winning, you can't be on the enemy team's side. Like you need to play back a little bit, defend a little bit, turtle up, catch up on XP, catch up on gold.
Yeah.
And then the last piece of advice maybe I would have if I was playing as TDT would be to play on the far side of the map from the drone.
Mm-hmm.
That drone from Superpower is so powerful.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think that playing on the especially the drone, I think is the biggest point there. They were getting knocked out so many times by that drone, and you have to learn to like. It's hard to. The drone has an aerial view. The drone can see you from almost anywhere, but you have to play around it and realize that like you're not going to be able to just stay out in the open, and your whole team going down is so much worse than you just playing a little bit slower to like stay alive and knock out their hero first. Also, their sentry didn't get nearly as involved in the game too, and I think it definitely should have. It was definitely like the highlight, standout performance of their first game.
Yeah. Agreed. Both team sentries though are terrifying, and I think that should deter standards from crossing the map.
Yep, I agree.
Both teams should be a little nervous. Round 3 in a best of 3, Superpower versus TDT. The loser is knocked out and will not be going to the international finals. Would love to see both of these teams in finals this July, but unfortunately, Shaur, we will only see one. What's your prediction? Who do you think we'll see come July?
Man, I mean, TDT not making it to finals seems so insane considering they were second place 2 years ago and third place last year. And to see the third place just not make it, like that shocks me to my core. But I'm gonna say I like the performance more from Superpower, so I'm gonna go with Superpower.
All right. All the teams using as many timeouts as they can. I mean, this is tense. This is
it. This is where you have to. Both these teams don't want to get eliminated. Both these teams are realizing, if you're Superpower, you're realizing, oh my gosh, I can take out the third place of last year before they even make it to internationals. I'm like solid for internationals then. And if you're TTT, you're like, oh shoot, man, we're almost out in regionals. That's never happened to us before.
Bases are closing, hearts are beating. Let's go. Round 3, TDT in the blue, Superpower in the red. Knockout elimination match. Eastern Regional RMUC.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Preston, bring on the bots.
Really crucial that TDT is able to keep up on the econ. Look at the sentry coming across. They're doing this. They're doing exactly what Coach Shaur told them. Implementing
exactly what I would hope so. Looking for the hero. Look for the hero.
Fires a couple shots at blue standard. At red standard 4.
Okay.
Sentry versus sentry.
Sentry versus sentry combat. Oh, blue standard 3 gets knocked out by red standard 4 elsewhere.
Oh, they're
off
locked
the map.
in, but blue standard 4. The blue sentry is in a 3v1. Taking a lot of damage from red standard 3 and the red sentry. It will go down. That's tragic.
And that will level up. That will level up red standard 3 to level 5. An incredible gain for Superpower. That's a lot right there. Their outpost is down. TT sentry is knocked out in the opponent's zone. Blue standard 4 also got knocked out. That's a lot of robots to go down, and to have not even started to take out the outpost essentially.
Exactly the opposite of what I said TDT needed in the early game. I said less deaths, less XP.
And the snipe starts to come through.
That's the earliest dart I think I've seen. 6 minutes. Absolutely insane from Superpower. I mean, their standards are already level 8, level 6 compared to level 2 on the side
Yikes, man. Persisting that drone alive as well. It's also taking shots at the base and landing a couple. The hero here. Oh, gorgeous. 35.99.
The engineer is really struggling for TDT side. Look at him trying in the back to get that cube put in. There we go.
It might not even matter, Preston. Blue center 4 goes down again to red center 3. The opponents, nobody is stopping him. Blue Standard 3 goes down to the red drone. Blue Hero also down. Half the team out.
Oh
The
my
drone
gosh.
not even
Ammo
available
coming
for
in for Red Standard
TDT.
3 now, chewing through the blue engineer. This will surely spell disaster for TDT. Their engineer taken out of the central island. Once the enemy team starts farm killing your engineer, you're in a bad spot. You won't get
You're in a
gold. They're going to
really
get so
bad
much free
spot.
XP.
Okay,
Blue
they're
Standard
making a
3
play
trying
though.
to
They're
stem the
making a play
bleeding.
though. Looks like they're making a really good play here, getting that hero out of the way, buying some more time for his team, but getting lost there also is really bad. I would have preferred that he would have just chased the hero off and tried to get out as fast as possible. It might not have been possible though, because
Look
that
at
red
Red
sentry
Standard
was
3.
really
Red
gunning
Standard
on
3 able
him.
to do the same play, but much. Oh my goodness. I was about to say with much more success. He's not able to take down the hero. He's
But he
getting
does
chewed
get out.
up by this low level Blue Standard
But
4.
he's gonna get out. He's gonna get out because the red drone has supporting fire for him.
Level 2
I
Standard
think
4 versus
dying there
level
is more
10
important.
Red Standard almost goes the way of the level 2. Great driving from TDT.
Red Standard 4 now coming in to take out the hero. They're cycling this hero, essentially keeping it away from making any outpost shots. Superpower over here is just saying we're going to take the lead and we're not going to give it back under any circumstances. And I love this positioning. I love the way they're playing this at this point.
I do. I
More
think
shots left
Superpower
in
could
the hero.
even play more aggressive now if they want. Now that this is open, there we go. Red Standard 4 pushing all the way to the base.
The blue sentry knocked over on its side, not able to really get involved anymore. They're just knocking out the hero in his own resupply zone as well.
Every bot on the side of TDT aced again.
Both standards now in the base, going to help destroy the last little bit of remaining health here. There is no coming back if you are TDT. There's no situation where you come back.
Half the time remains, but just barely, as Superpower wins the best of 3, knocks out TDT, one of the top teams in the region, one of the top teams in China, one of the top teams in the world, taken out by Superpower. You can
Look
see
at how
it on their
excited
faces.
they are. They're so excited. They're running to each other. They're running. Oh, Preston, we need to have a camera inside the driver's cockpits for us this year to just record those reactions when these things happen. I know I've popped up a couple times driving at RMNA. We need this, Preston. I want it to be we swap to that feed and someone's holding that roaming camera and we're just seeing the explosion of people and it's so exciting. Yeah. I need this. I need it, Preston.
That was crazy. I mean, those were some of the best individual matches. The teams were really, really well, high performing robots, cool strategies. I mean, it's rare to see a best of 3 go 2-1. It's also rare to see it go 2-1 in such different ways. Round 3 was extremely dominant. Round 2 was super close. Round 1 was the weirdest, like their engineer couldn't get any gold ever. Really, really well played by Superpower. I'm super impressed. Their Superpower. Shaur, we have some pre-RMNA meetings coming up, so let's dive on in. We'll jump right back over. This time going to see Hero versus Smart Robot. Frankly,
that's an interesting name, Hero.
Yeah, this is where I got Hero.
Hero. I was saying because, the name of a robot and also the name of a team here, the Hero's Hero, I hope will be quite good for this match.
Yeah, it'd be kind of awkward if it wasn't. Grab forward a little bit here. Make sure we can
get them on
stay
the field.
on schedule.
All right, Engineer coming out, Sentry coming out for the blue side. That's the Hero side. And then on the red side, we've got Sentry as well coming out into first position alongside the
number of forward-facing suction cups for the Engineer on the blue side. That's very atypical. Usually we have one robotic arm with a suction cup, and then they have 2 or 3 facing up that they're using as their backpack. Yeah. Tell us about Smart Robot, Shaur.
Let's see. 2023, they were in top 16. In 2024, they went to the finals of the competition for the Central Region. So originally from the Central Region, this is the Smart Robot team from Shandong University of Science and Technology. Impressive stats, not bad at all. Definitely a solid top 32 regional team. Could definitely see some good stuff from them this time. And from the blue team, we've got Harbin Institute of Technology, way high, not the one we're used to, not one hitter from the southern region, the central region we watched last week, but from the eastern region. This team made it to 2023 seasonal national competition top 32, and the same in 2024. So the one before the international regionals. They didn't quite make it into the international competition to finish it out. They were still in groups essentially for the international competition. But they did really solidly. So this is their engineer, a top 5 engineer, essentially. 1432 gold exchange, 4.4 total cubes each match, 3.0 for the amount of like difficulty, and 8.3 seconds to complete it. That's quite an impressive stat line for the engineer for sure. A top 5 engineer. Definitely going to be watching that to see the econ differential here if Smart Robot cannot compete. Hero's engineer looking very solid. And that's that unique 3 suction design you're talking about. Maybe it's actually coming into play for that reason. They're actually able to articulate each individual suction cup, making it a little bit faster to pick up and deposit. The engineer on the Smart Robot side, not nearly as accomplished, but still not bad by any means. Able to hit the 961-ish gold, which is a decent amount less, but not enough to necessarily be game-breaking yet. 3 cubes is pretty solid per interaction. It's very small as well, so it can definitely get underneath that bridge if they want to get up to the gold cubes first and faster. I hope we see that strat again. I think it's a very solid strat, and I think it's very interesting to do. So I'm kind of hoping we get to see it again.
So what I expect we'll see from the blue team engineers, that it'll have 1 suction cup that's on a fully articulatable robotic arm, right?
Yeah.
That's for picking up things like silver cubes and for depositing all the cubes. The other 2 forward-facing suction cups, I believe, will be for the gold cubes on the center island to grab 2 at once.
Yes.
Because you have to grab those from the side. So we'll take a peek. We'll keep an eye on that.
We will keep an eye on that. I like the lineups here as well, Preston. All the robots that are going to be running straight to the resupply zone to buy ammo are on the right far-hand side. And then the 2 robots that are going to go head straight for the central island or the silver cubes are on the front instead. Both teams mirroring that lineup. It's interesting to see. None of the robots on the right side at all. A drone for Smart Robot in view. I assume that Hero also has one on the blue side. As we come down to the match getting started, Preston, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions so far? Just looking at designs. Any ideas so far?
You know, I'm relatively familiar with Smart Robot. I've seen them in years before. Like you said, they've done quite well, and I've been impressed. So off the cuff, I've got high expectations. Again, just like the match we just watched, this is a knockout elimination round. This is your top 16 or top 8. Excuse me. This is top 8 knockouts down to top 4. So this is part of the reduction from top 8 to top 4. The loser will not get to compete in the international tournament. It's just the top 4 teams. So a lot on the stake for these teams, right? They've fought through all. I mean, this is game 78 for the region. They have fought through days of competition in RMUC.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of games. Game 78. That's 4 games than we play at RMNA. We're going to be playing the most amount of games we've ever played at 60 this year at RMNA, and that's still more than that we play. That's quite a lot of games.
This is day 5. They've been in competition at this RMUC for a week at this point. Wild. So the people are tired. The robots are worn.
Yep. But the spectators are excited to be there. Look at how excited all the fans are. This is what we love about Robotics.
Look at all the parents. Love that.
So awesome. Love all the parents. Everyone there to support their kids. They're incredibly excited to see these students do so well. Look at the engineering on display. Preston, we don't talk about it often, but these are all college kids that are able to bring out the best of engineering at these regional levels, and they're all doing so well. While doing college,
yeah.
On top of all of that. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but engineering school was not easy for me. I'd assume it was not very easy for the rest of you.
Yeah, one of my friends from school, I was talking to him about RMNA coming up, and one of the things he said to me as we get a glimpse at the producers. What's up, producers? One of the things he said to me was, President, it's so crazy you did RoboMasters during junior year of college. Notoriously difficult in the engineering program. It's tough. These students are putting in a ton of time and effort. These robots are not easy to design. They're not quick. They're not simple. It takes just a huge number of hours. I mean, I know when I was active on A&M's team, I had RoboMasters like 4 days a week, minimum.
Yeah, especially when you get closer to comp. I was there literally daily, man.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, and depending on the year, right? I mean, there was a year. The clip on the outro is in my garage. That's the year we built the standard in my garage at my house during college.
COVID was such I was gonna say wonderful time, but it truly wasn't. It was a horrible time, actually.
It was a horrible time. That little robot never got to go compete. But here we go. Smart Robot versus Hero. Eliminations. Top 8 to top 4 in 3, 2, 1.
Bring on the bots. That engineer doing exactly what I thought it would do, going underneath the bridge for the gold cubes. The other engineer for Hero taking the long way around. We'll see who gets there first. It is going to be the red engineer, and it immediately explodes itself into 3 suction cups to pick up multiple gold cubes. Blue Center 3, Blue Center 4 taking an engagement together on the Red Center 3, Red Center 4. Everyone's in the center. Everyone's duking it out. Both drones are available as well. Who will fall first? It looks like Red Center 4 is first to go with the drone not too far behind, not able to fire
Blue
quite
Standard
yet.
3 falling very, very low as multiple team members from the red team go down. Blue Standard 3 and Red Standard 3 and Red Standard 4 down. Outpost for Hero falling. This is the bloodiest 40-second opener we've seen in a long time.
What an insane opener. I think the biggest highlight there was that the red hero, undeterred entirely by everyone else taking on the central attacks, just took out the outpost with the drone. They just did it. They were like, there's no need to worry about it. We got this, chat. And went ahead for
100 gold lead. No, as the sentry down for Smart Robot.
Why is the blue hero firing at the base? Does he not realize that the outpost is still up? Oh, he does realize now, and readjusted goes there. A little bit of a misplay for the blue hero. He did not quite understand that the outpost was still up. But now he's looked at the screen. He understands the values now. Takes another shot, and it will take out the outpost. No, it will. It will take out the outpost. Red Hero 1, though, has the better rotation currently. They're actively already getting in line to take out the base. Opting not to take the shots, though, as the drone comes through instead. Or sorry, the dart comes through instead. Lands, but doesn't quite make any damage. It did get close, though.
What's going on here with Smart Robot? Now he's getting pushed back by this standard. Blue Standard 4 doing a good job of defending that sniper position. Smart Robot needs
Red Standard 4, though, is sneaking into the enemy base. Nobody knows he's there quite yet. Blue Engineer and Blue Standard 4 having a disagreement of some kind, pushing each other at the central buff point.
Smart Robot's engineer
Red Standard 4 taking a long way around. Red Standard 4 is scouting around, looking to see what the robots are doing on the blue side. He sees the hero just sitting in his resupply zone, waiting for more econ from the Blue Engineer. It's not coming through yet, though. The Blue Engineer is still on the central island trying to pick up that gold piece.
This lull in the middle has had so little robot combat that many of the robots are still extremely low level, which is proving difficult, I think. This hero for Smart Robot, still level 2, makes it more difficult to navigate the map, to launch those projectiles across.
Absolutely, Preston. Where did the Red Engineer go? It looks like it's also...
Red Engineer's doing just fine. He's picking up another silver cube at the moment. The hero trying to launch full court shots farther than he needs to.
4 versus Blue Standard 4. The red hero trying to flex here, just shooting the longest court shots I've seen in the entirety of the RMNA of the
RMUC. Unnecessary though.
He's not really hitting any of these either, so I don't really know if it's a flex at all.
I think this was 18 projectiles, Shaur. This is tough.
Preston, this is so far reminding me of like a chess game between like 1200s. Amazing opening theory. Everyone studied it so well. You hit the mid game and everyone falls apart instantly. Like, where are all the robots? What is anyone? No one's like playing with intent, it feels like. As I say this, the red hero does actually make 2 shots. Imagine how many more he would have made if he was closer.
Yeah, someone needs to tell Smart Robot about that hero strat where it just rushes behind the base. I feel like all the robots were low enough level that was a very viable option. Level 2 standards are not going to be able to kill you quick enough that you won't be able to do some damage to the enemy base.
Tempo is now swapping to the blue team as Blue Standard 3 and Blue Standard 4 take over the center, and Blue Hero starts making its own shots at the base from a much more reasonable sniping position. However, it's shooting quite lows currently. It's not really adjusting the aim either to go higher. I mean, no one's really telling him, I guess, where he should be firing. But
look at absolutely.
Blue Standard 3 gonna take out Red Hero. Maybe?
Red Hero.
Wow. Blue Standard 3 sneaks up and takes out Red Hero. No one there to defend him, keeping the tempo in the point of Hero.
This will buy Hero a second turn as Red Standard 3, Red Standard 4 have the Blue Standard from both sides.
Locked down. Probably
going to
take
run
it
out projectiles though.
They did take it out, however. Blue Standard 3 does go down.
That was so close.
We're seeing another dart go through. Doesn't quite hit.
I do feel that a dart in this match would be huge. Like a single dart would probably do enough damage to decide the game.
However, that is all the Smart Robot stats. They're darts. That's 4 total launch. They're not going to be able to launch another one this round. The Hero team has not yet launched one, so could still definitely go in their favor. Some
Blue
more
standard
engagement.
4, red standard 3, red standard 4. Red
from
standard 3 and 4 are doing a
blue
great job
standard
of playing together for most of this match. They have a level disadvantage against blue standard 4, but the numbers will let them force him back.
Red Hero 1 now told where the sighting positions are on the map. He's going to go towards one of them, maybe?
Still looking very timid. 12 projectiles. You're the main character, bud. That standard can find a different way around the map. Get in that position. Launch some projectiles. Here we go. Just a little high.
First. Misses the second.
High.
Maybe a little bit lower. Okay, he's starting to adjust. I believe in him. He'll make one. Oh, that looked like it could have counted. Good aim. Just needs to get a little bit.
Well, I believe he's trying to hit
right.
one more armor panel down. Oh, his blue standard 3 pushes in again. It takes out that hero one more time. Really good play. If hero takes down this match, blue standard 3 MVP in my opinion. 2 kills on that hero.
Has really mastered the art of the gank. He's coming into the lane that no one expects him to be in, knocking out the hero, and he's leaving as fast as possible before anyone else can get to him.
Yeah, Shaur, now that he's done it twice, right? Do it twice or it's luck. I think you can call it skill that he's not only pulling off the gank, but he's pulling it off at the
Red Standard 4 was waiting for him in his own base and knocks out Blue Standard 3 regardless.
Yeah.
The blue hero rushing over to the center point. Blue does have the whole center point. Red Standard 4 was in the other base. Red Standard 3 is currently gaining more projectiles. This is a good play from the hero's hero, if you will. He's landing a couple shots. He's taken the lead by doing that. By only 1 damage, though. Couple more are going through, and he's taking a more sizable lead as blue standard, as the red standard 3 and red standard 4 are going to be there to take him out. Blue hero does go down. I like that play though. That was a solid play with 10 seconds left on the clock.
That was a game-winning play.
Yeah.
The hero for hero just won by being the hero. Wow.
Now, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, Team Hero takes round 1. That was a very slow, but I mean, interesting round.
Yeah, absolutely. The robots were not really again, I really do think this is like chess at 1200.
Yeah.
Your opening theory is incredibly solid. Everyone played the opening incredibly well. The outposts went down, and then everyone just kind of lulled for a little bit, looking to like poke at each other. The heroes weren't really able to take much in the middle of the game, but the end game was played immaculately by the heroes, the hero team. Heroes team over there doing incredibly solid work, making sure that they waited to the last 10 seconds to take over the entire central point. Their hero rushed it, did enough damage to keep them in the lead, and that's what honestly ended up winning them the game.
Yeah, so interesting to note that these two teams are actually in the same point of the bracket as the 2 teams we just watched, right? So the bracket can be a cruel mistress, frankly.
Oh, yeah.
But Smart Robot and Hero, they played well. Very, very close match. The gold within 200, the damage within 200, the kills perfectly even, the projectiles within just a few. Going the way of Hero because of that final play by their team's hero. Absolutely 100% the MVP of round 1. The first 40 seconds, incredibly bloody. It's what we're seeing here. The outpost falling, so many robots going down initially before a large, like 2.5, 3 minute lull.
Yeah. Wild game, Preston. I've never seen a game that slow in RMUC.
Well, it was only the middle, right? The beginning and the end were so intense.
Yeah.
But yes, the middle had this really awkward gap, and I think there's 2 causes. So let's chat about it as they're getting ready. One is the econ. So neither team broke 2,000 gold, which I think means that in the middle of the game you just run out of gold. And as long as both teams run out of gold, you just kind of emote at each other, right?
You do get a little more, I think, nervous to use your projectiles if you've ran out of gold. They're more limited, so you want to make sure they take actual knockouts whenever you use them. And I do think we saw some of that prioritization with the blue standard 3, for example. He didn't buy a ton, but he would always come in and sneak him and only use them on the hero. He didn't fight back against either red standard 3 or red standard 4. He let himself get knocked out that one time because he realized, like, I need to save these to make sure they can't start their win condition. So I do see what you mean by that. It's important to prioritize where you're using your econ when you don't have as much, because the engineer is obviously not like the tip-top performance of engineers. However, the hero engineer we saw, the stats-wise, did significantly better than what we just saw in the actual match. So I wonder if it had a problem and if we're going to see a little bit of a resurgence of it instead on the blue side.
It could be. I mean, the hero is really interesting design here. I mean, excuse me, the engineer. Taking a look, some of these suction cups and some of these gears, I would love to get better look of the expanded red team engineer, but we'll see what the producer graces us with in round 2, a best of 3 between Hero and Smart Robot. Shaur, I mean, a weird round 1, but still very, very, very close. Came down to the last 6 seconds, the last 400 base damage.
Yeah.
Who are you taking for round 2, Hero or Smart Robot?
Man, that was such a strange round 2. But given that Hero had the game sense to pull off the winning game move, I kind of want to go with Hero again. I think that in a game as close as this, the game sense really does matter. The ability to work under pressure, to be able to make that kind of play at the very end. And so I feel like given that Blue Center 3 was incredibly active in knocking out the Smart Robot Hero, and that Hero's Hero would make that play, I feel like Hero is a solid pick here. I feel pretty good about them. How about you, Preston? Are you taking Smart Robot? You taking Hero? You thinking over what I said?
I'm thinking. I like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. Hero had better individual macro and strategy. Yeah. Blue Standard 3 did a great job. Was robbed of the MVP award. Took down the Red Hero several times. Also gave that Red Hero a lot of fear.
Oh, yeah.
That Red Hero was just driving around, wasted 18 projectiles trying full court shots that they weren't contested. The psychological warfare from Blue Standard 3 does make me want to give Hero the edge. Mm-hmm. If the coach for Smart Robot was able to give their hero a rousing, timeout speech,
mm-hmm.
then I think it could go the way of Smart Robot. They had 18 projectiles, Shaur. Give me 30%, right? 30% not great for a hero in RMUC at this stage. This is top 8.
Yeah, I truly
30% of those, and Smart Robot wins.
I agree. If that hero was a little more proactive in the actual game, I do think that we would have seen a much different game. But as we run into this, we're skipping ahead a little bit.
I was skipping past. There was a technical timeout. You know how Robomasters is.
Oh yeah, technical timeout. Sometimes you just gotta skip past. It's not. We can't stay here forever. As we get the game started in 3, 2, 1, bring on the bots.
All right, buckle up, guys. This first 45 seconds is going to be epic. Both teams starting with a lot of gold. Relative to their total game gold, this is a huge percentage.
Instead. And the entirety of Smart Robot doesn't really take up the central point nearly as much. Only Red Standard 4 is here, as opposed to all robots at the top this time.
Red Standard 4 mostly just scouting, but he's getting just drilled by the sentry of Hero from the ground level. And now we'll have to engage Blue with a huge health deficit.
He's going to get taken out. Red Standard 3 trying to make it up by taking out one of the Blue Standards instead, but not able to as the level differentials come into play.
Look at the hero for Smart Robot. He did not hear the rousing speech. Still trying to take these really weird sniper positions. Very individualistic. Meanwhile, the hero for Hero, the hero of the prior round, taking that typical position, landing a really good percentage of those early shots, taking the base down 1,000 HP. Excuse me, the outpost.
Blue Standard 3 and Blue Standard 4 taking over the entirety of the center. Blue Standard 4 now moving in, taking a ton of damage from the sentry. Is he going to get knocked out? He's 1 HP.
Look at the engineer in the bottom left-hand corner. So frustratingly close to cashing in that cube, but struggling.
The hero back up at its really long snipe position. Going to start taking some more shots at the outpost.
Meanwhile, in the bottom right-hand corner, the engineer for the blue side, 3 gold cubes in his pockets, just trying to cash him in. Oh my goodness.
Blue Standard 3, though, is going to run off the red hero. He's going to go to his resupply zone as Red Standard 3 traces down the as Blue Standard instead. Oh, he gets stuck. But he does get off.
Bro did a kickflip. 100%. Blue Standard 3 just did a kickflip off of the side of that. Look at him go.
He's stuck on the enemy side. He goes out through the other bridge instead. As Red Standard 4 now comes over and can attack him. Blue Standard 3 losing that precious time was what cost him. He was able to actually keep following up the ramp.
Sentry, the height of the sentry for Hero, not something I've considered before at RMUC, but it's staying on this bottom level and really harassing any red robots that come onto the central island. Blue Standard 3 is still my MVP, able to take out the red hero. Will need to respawn and regen. Meanwhile, giving Smart Robot an opportunity to start on the outpost. This is not looking great for Smart Robot, frankly.
Yeah, if you're a Smart Robot, this is a really, really sad play from your hero. As the hero's hero continues to take some projectiles. 7 more shots available to take out that outpost with. Is very doable based on the accuracy we've seen so far. Neither
5
side drone is
projectiles
really
left.
getting involved this time either, which is very interesting to me.
The econ, I think, might just not be there.
Yeah, I agree
Barely
with
have
you.
any projectiles available.
Everyone's struggling for econ again, especially Smart Robot. Look at that, 847 total gold, 4 minutes left on the clock. That means 3 minutes in, and they haven't really scored a ton of cubes yet.
Those armor panels will stop spinning. Now is the time to chunk through the bases. Half time remaining. Armor panels have stopped. Now blue standard 3, my MVP, the hero of in my heart, will take down red hero again. Blue standard 3, just absolute nuisance on the map. What is this?
Blue engineer trying to pick
He's
up
trying
the.
trying to use the vacuum.
He's trying to use the vacuum to pick up one of the dead bots on the other side. Blue standard 4, it looks like.
Red standard 4 doing a good job of defending. Pushing that red hero back, getting the kill as he coasts into the base. Only 50 HP left on the outpost. Let's see if hero has the heads up to use a standard to finish that off. So it'll only take 10 standard projectiles. Very doable.
Blue standard 3 is there and
Dang.
pointing at it and does do it. That's the game since I was talking about that I felt like could really keep hero in the lead, the team here. Yeah, the Smart Robot team, you already have a very timid hero. You're not quite performing, in my opinion, on the robot side either. And the game sense from hero, the team, is just insane. They're able to keep control of the center. They're making sure that the red team never gets behind them. They're taking out the red hero as much as possible. Here's Blue 73 again to take out the red hero. He's not even waiting.
I really think all Team Hero needs to do is land one shot on this base, and they'll have a very comfortable lead.
Oh, absolutely. However, these shots not quite making it, but 21 projectiles to go. Surely one makes it.
Look at Blue Standard 3, and he's not even being chased out of the base anymore, killing most of the robots. Red Standard 4 alive, but potentially stuck somewhere? Where is he? Oh, that is the standard that I think is stuck. So, I mean, the entire
Oh, but he's made it out.
Look,
he's on the. He's coming over to the other side now. He's attacking the sentry and he's attacking the blue hero. Good play. A little bit too late, in my opinion, though. With 2 minutes on the clock, the outpost is not down. You don't really have a plan for getting it down. Your econ is really low. You can't use the drone. You're getting knocked out in the enemy base. I understand the reasoning behind Red Standard's play, but getting knocked out in there was a really bad play, in my opinion. Like, you were the only line of defense for your hero, essentially. As Red Standard 3 is just a level 2, what's it going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, right, it's kind of a 1v9, frankly. There comes a moment, no matter what you do, it's the wrong play because everyone else on your team is dead. Blue Standard 3, absolute psychological against that red hero.
Blue Standard 3 is the assassin archetype. It is coming through every time to knock out the red hero. It's got him so scared that he's going to new sniper positions that don't even exist on the map to find any sort of cover. And even when he goes there, like a horror villain, Blue Standard 3 is always waiting for him.
Yeah,
Colonel
John
Dom
asking
in chat,
why Hero is still doing lob shots, even though they control basically the entire map. I'm not sure that a lot of teams have figured out that they don't have to do lob shots. The only armor panels that are open and available at this point are facing up, so they do tend to look something like a basketball hoop where you want to arc it. Obviously, we've seen, and hopefully they've watched prior games like we've encouraged RMNA teams to do, we've seen that you can drive a hero up and from point-blank range, you can just smack it. But I do believe that's probably what's keeping these heroes far back, even when they have full map protection. Yeah. Darts coming across for Smart Robot, but that base is indestructible, so it won't matter even if they land at this point. Still firing at the base outpost at 1,300 health.
Yep. Blue hero now taking over the central point, no longer having to do those lob shots. One more shot and the base is also exposed, and they can just go down there and take it out.
3 seconds left to go. The base shields open up, and it will be Team Hero. A dominant win for Hero. I agree with John, though. They're going to need to shake up their strategy as they continue into the semifinals for the region. Good enough to get them into top 4, which is great. They played really well. They have great game sense. They will need to change their strategy, in my opinion, to be slightly more aggressive if they want to keep up with these bigger boys like Superpower.
Absolutely, Preston. Couldn't have said it better myself. I absolutely agree with you. there's really I don't see how they keep up with Superpower. Maybe we'll watch it. Maybe we'll watch that match. Hopefully, you've got it on the docket. I would love to see how they do.
It's on the docket, Shaur, and we will be streaming tournament
Tomorrow.
qualifying, so RMUC International Tournament qualifying matches tomorrow. Right here, same channel, same place. Come hang out. But for tonight, though, Shaur and I are off to do more RoboMasters things and continue prepping for RMNA.
Yes, RMNA is in a week, like we said, so we got to go out of here. Skedaddle. Bye, everyone.
Bye.